We're back with another episode of Hoosier Myths and Legends.
I'm Rebecca Wilhelm.
I'm Mary Quigley.
And I'm Hope Wilhelm.
Join us as we dive into the spookier side of the Hoosier state.
So what comes to your mind when you think of Indiana? Do you think of corn? Do you think of basketball? Do you think of the Indianapolis 500? Maybe you think of famous celebrities who were born in Indiana, like John Mellencamp or Michael Jackson.
But as the saying goes, there was more than corn in Indiana. 92 counties make up the Hoosier state. In this podcast, we're going to discuss some Indiana folklore from each of these counties. If you are into tall tales, ghosts, or spooky legends, then this is a podcast you are not going to want to miss. In this episode, we bring you a special monster edition from Churubusco in Whitley County, Indiana.
Our story begins in 1898 when farmer Oscar Folk spotted something very strange in the 7-acre lake on his farm. It was a very large turtle-like creature. At first, Folk told people what he saw. Eventually, feeling frustrated that no one believed him, he stopped talking about it and decided to leave whatever was living in the lake alone. Sit back, relax, and get comfortable as we bring you the legend and history of one of the most well-known Hoosier cryptids, the Beast of Busco.
So I have heard of the Beast of Busco.
I have as well. This cryptid even has its own festival every year.
Yes, it's called Turtle Days, and it happens every June.
Now, Mary, we are going to have to make it out to this.
Agreed. Apparently, this cryptid, the Beast of Busco, has a parade, a carnival, and they even hold turtle races.
Well, now you know I love carnival food, so I'm definitely in.
Researching this was really fun.
Yeah, it's been really neat. So it's a legend that I think might be a little bit both folklore and also have maybe a little bit of truth to it.
Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, so since the late 19th century, a very large snapping turtle was seen in what is now Folk Lake in Churubusco, Indiana.
At that time, the lake was located on a private farm owned by Oscar Folk.
Folk told many people about this very large turtle that he had seen.
At first, many people just did not believe him.
Eventually, Oscar Folk decided to just get quiet, not talk about it any further.
He also made the decision to leave whatever it was that was living in the lake alone.
And I honestly can't blame him for this.
I don't either. I think I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm messing with some kind of large snapping turtle.
Agreed.
Well, things were quiet for a very long time.
Then in 1948, the turtle was seen again. 2 men, Ora Blue and Charlie Wilson, who were fishing on Folk Lake near the small town of Churubusco, were startled when they saw a giant turtle.
So according to a 2019 article by KPC News out of Kendallville, Indiana, the turtle was very startling.
It apparently had, quote, a head as large as a child's.
Even more startling, the men were quoted saying that the body of the turtle was as long as their boat.
Now, at first, this was also not taken seriously.
According to this KPC News article, Blue and Wilson were well known to be pranksters around town.
The story got a lot of laughs until 1949 when someone else spotted the turtle.
Yeah, things changed pretty quickly when the owner of Falk Lake, Gail Harris, also claimed to have seen this large turtle.
This was the moment that the people of Churubusco started to talk and become interested.
Soon, national news followed. Suddenly, Churubusco and this large turtle were on the front page of every newspaper in the country.
This is what started the search for this turtle, who the town started calling Oscar.
So according to the KPC News article, there were so many people that just descended on this small town that ended up causing traffic jams. And at one point, they estimated that there were about 400 cars an hour driving past the Harris home.
I cannot imagine all those people.
Yeah, there were even planes that were flying over Lake Falk trying to get this glimpse of Oscar the turtle.
We will be back after a short break.
Hey everyone! If you haven't heard the news already, we wrote a book. Haunted Dearborn County, Indiana is coming to all major retailers August 14th, 2023.
Strange and unusual things lurk behind the calm facade of Dearborn County.
Several legends surround the Hill Forest Mansion, the home of one of Aurora's founding families.
Many have seen the ghost of a farmer and his mule at Carnegie Hall in Morse Hill.
The glowing grave at Riverview Cemetery may connect to the 1941 Agru family massacre.
St. Mary's Church Rectory is said to be haunted by the former priest, and the spirits at Whiskey's in Lawrenceburg are not just in the drinks.
Several schools in the area echo with the sounds of former students and staff, and numerous local residences house the spirits of former owners who have never left.
Join Rebecca and I on a chilling tour from Lawrenceburg to Lawrenceville and beyond.
Haunted Dearborn County, Indiana is available for pre-order. Check out HoosierMythsAndLegends.com for more details.
I've often wondered what it would be like to experience something like that, some kind of newsworthy event.
In the KPC article, they have a quote from Helen Harris, Gail's wife. It's interesting because she describes what it was like with all the craziness going on.
Apparently, they got her quote out of a booklet that was the 25th anniversary of the 1949 sighting of Oscar. And Mary, read this because I think it will give listeners a glimpse of what it would be like to experience a frenzy going on.
Okay. After the newspapers started printing the story about Oscar, people started coming to our farm from everywhere. If you never had an experience similar to this, you wouldn't believe the actions of the public. We couldn't sit down and eat a meal in peace or get our work done on schedule. I remember one morning we were in the barn milking and a reporter came out and wanted us to quit milking and answer some questions. We told him we had to finish milking first.
See, that's just crazy to me.
Also sad because I don't think things have changed that much since then.
I agree. And I found it fascinating that Mrs. Harris said they lost all of their privacy and even shared an account of a reporter not leaving her alone while she washed dishes.
Yeah, that is crazy. Apparently, he just held a microphone so that Mrs. Harris could still talk to him while she was working.
Now, girl, I would have handed him a towel and told him if you wanted to talk to me, you better start drying the dishes.
That's too funny.
Gail Harris ended up becoming obsessed with finding Oscar the turtle. And I guess apparently he wanted to trap him.
Divers were sent into the lake and professional trappers were even called into Indiana to assist in this. Others claimed to have seen the turtle, including a reporter who claimed that Oscar came out of the lake to feed on live ducks.
Well, what's sad is that Harris even ended up draining the lake at one point to look for Oscar, but no sign of the turtle has ever been found.
The Harris family ended up having to sell the farm in 1950 due to finances and Mr. Harris's health going bad. It just became too much for the family to take care of a farm.
No sighting of Oscar has been reported since October of 1949.
However, the legend of Oscar the turtle or the Beast of Busco lives on.
This is a neat history, and I'm glad this cryptid legend seems to have really been a great benefit and a tourist attraction for the town.
That's very true. So what do you think?
I mean, snapping turtles can get very big. So I think it's possible that there was a large turtle at one time living out there.
I agree. It's classified as a cryptid because no one was able to capture it and see exactly what it was. I do know that turtles are also known to live a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of some turtles living up to like 140 years or 150 years. And some live at least 40 years. So I think anything is quite possible.
Have you ever had an experience with the Beast of Busco? Are you familiar with the many legends of this cryptid? Are there other cryptids in Indiana that you would love for us to cover on our show? We would love to hear about it. Please send us an email to HoosierMythsAndLegends@gmail.com or reach out to us on social media. We may use it in a later episode. In the email, let us know if you wish to remain anonymous.
To see our source material, please visit our website, HoosierMythsAndLegends.com. Please find us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and now Twitter. Hoosier Myths and Legends is a Quigley Productions podcast.
Our theme song was written and recorded by Wet Blanket. The song title is Taxidermy Race Car.
As always, stay spooky.